Hi Leo, this reading is for you if you just recently broke up or had a fallout with your significant other. I'll do 3 spreads. In the first spread, we'll look at the situation as to what happened between you and your person. In the second spread, we'll look at the advice in regards to the situation we will see in the first spread. And in spread number 3, we'll see new love, a new person coming towards you in the near future. Please like, share, and subscribe to support this channel. Here's the situation, Leo. We have the 7 of Wands clarified by the Magician. We have the 8 of Swords clarified by Justice. Then we have the 5 of Swords clarified by the 6 of Swords. And we have the Queen of Wands on the bottom of the deck. You could have been dealing with a Gemini, Virgo, Libra, or pretty much any zodiac sign. You will know if this is your reading, Leo, if the person you are dealing with, they always had an excuse, or they always had an alibi. They always made it your fault, right? And it worked for a while, but then you were like, you know what? I was blind, but now I see. The person you were dealing with, they would never admit that something they did wrong. Then they were a trickster, right? They were a trickster. Yeah, if you were dealing with someone like that, then this is your story. The Queen of Wands on the bottom of the deck, that's you, Leo. Male or female, absolutely doesn't matter. And the person you were dealing with was the Magician all the way to your left, clarifying the 7 of Wands. The Magician is a card of... It's not a bad card, don't get me wrong. Unless it is either surrounded by or clarified by particular cards, right? Then we have that 5 of Swords here, that's one of them. And the 7 of Wands that the Magician is clarifying. I think this is the Magician, your person, defending themselves. And this is a card of an active defense. So every once in a while, instead of just defending themselves, they would turn things around. So now it's your fault, right? The 7 of Wands, this is them defending their position, defending their excuse, whatever, right? And with the Magician, in this case, the Magician becomes a trickster. They could always find a way to make it your fault, or they would always find a way to bring up some bogus excuse, right? And for a while it worked. We have the 8 of Swords clarified by Justice, right? And this is where I was blind, but now I see comes in. The person in the 8 of Swords can't see because they've got bandages all over their body, including their eyes. So they can't see. This was you stuck in this situation, right? Justice, clarifying, it could have been Libra you were dealing with, but with justice was finally served. You finally, called their BS, or you finally said, you know what, it's impossible for just one person to be always at fault, and by one person I mean you, right? So with the Justice card, you decided to do what's right, and what was right to leave them, right? We have the 5 of Swords clarified by the 6 of Swords right next to the deck. This is you leaving. Leaving. Yep. The 5 of Swords, this is you slamming the door on the way out, and the 6 of Swords clarifying it, the natural progression from 5 to 6. This is you leaving that person behind, moving towards something better. Yeah, the 6 of Swords is a card of moving out of choppy waters towards calmer waters. So this person is a BS artist, a con artist. Always has an excuse. Anyway, that's what we have so far. Let's take a look at the advice spread, just in case. Here's the advice for you, Leo. We have the Tower, the World, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Sun on the bottom of the deck. 4 major arcana cards, and they make total and complete sense. The Tower, it's your connection falling apart, right? Or perhaps this is you saying, you know what, I'm done here, I'm leaving. The World is a card of an ending. But the thing about the World card, this is my happy end card. This is when one chapter of your life comes to an end and a new, better or happier chapter of your life is about to begin. The Wheel of Fortune right next to the deck, yeah, that's that chapter right there. The Wheel of Fortune is the start of a cycle, either by yourself or perhaps with somebody else. We'll find out in just a couple of minutes when I do the spread number 3. All right, the Wheel of Fortune could be a Sagittarius, by the way. But the Sun on the bottom of the deck, that's you, Leo. That's one of your major arcana cards. And it's always a good sign to have your own major arcana card in your own reading, right? So yeah, if you already called their BS, and if you already left them, you did the right thing. If you haven't yet, the advice for you is to do just that. Okay, end this and start something new. And something new, or someone new, I should probably say, will come towards you very quickly. Alright, so yeah, let's take a look at spread number 3 real quick. Here's the third spread. Leo, this is new love coming towards you in the near future. We have the Eight of Wands clarified by the Page of Cups. We have the Fool clarified by the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Two of Cups clarified by the Hierophant. And we have the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with an Aries, Taurus, Sagittarius, perhaps any sign. The words that I keep hearing, how the two of you are going to get connected or introduced or acquainted, is either something spontaneous, that's one of the words, or not your usual type. Okay? Spontaneous, not your usual type, or both together. Alright? The Eight of Wands, the first card that came out, I think it's a card of travel. And this clarified by the Page of Cups. The Eight of Wands is also a card of communication. So perhaps you meet this person online, but they're not your usual type. Or perhaps somebody invites you to go somewhere, and it doesn't necessarily have to be the person inviting you. Perhaps your friends want you to go somewhere, travel or go to, I don't know, theater or what have you. You don't have to travel far. Some of you may travel far, but others of you not necessarily. So the Page of Cups is an invitation, okay, or somebody reaching out to you, somebody approaching you, or somebody messaging you, and I think you will take it. You will go for it. The Fool, the next card over, is a card of being spontaneous, taking a leap of faith, taking a risk, right? And the Fool could be an Aries you're dealing with. The Fool is one of the Aries major arcana cards, right? Or it's a elemental air. And you're gonna do it because you will see the potential, right? The Ace of Pentacles clarifying the Fool is the reason. You will see it, even though it's spontaneous, even though it's not your usual type. Perhaps if you're gonna decide to do something different this time around, perhaps that's the secret sauce. Do something different. And the Ace of Pentacles always comes from somebody who is ready to settle down, ready to start a family, right? This will change your life. In the right bottom corner of the Ace of Pentacles, there is a pathway, and this is a pathway to a new life. But again, the Ace of Pentacles is a golden opportunity. Perhaps, again, you just need to step out of your comfort zone, do something spontaneous, do something you haven't done in the past, or do something differently. And for most of you, it probably involves travel, or going somewhere, or communicating with somebody who is not your usual type. I hope that makes sense, Leo. We also have the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of the deck. It's a repeat card. This is a different deck. I use different decks for different spreads. We saw the Wheel of Fortune in the previous spread. It's back. Could be a Sagittarius, but it is the start of a cycle, a very fortunate new cycle. All right. It could also be a card of travel. Yeah. And right next to the deck, we have the Two of Cups clarified by the Hierophant. The Hierophant could be a Taurus you're dealing with, but the Hierophant is a card of something traditional, like a committed relationship or marriage. It's also a very spiritual card. The Two of Cups is an amazing card to have. It's a card of a soulmate connection. There's two people in the Two of Cups. This is when two people feel the same way towards one another. Right? It's a great card to have. And I really like the fact that it's clarified by the Hierophant, right? So emotions with the Two of Cups clarified by something serious, something traditional. All right, Leo, so be spontaneous, or, step out of your comfort zone, do something differently, or go for your not usual type or not your usual situation. That's the key here. All right. So that's what I have for you for this reading for this month. If this video resonates with you, please like it. Please also share and subscribe. And other than that, Leo, have an amazing May.